Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's session of our cook along from the Lebanese Kitchen Live. Today, I'm not going to be cooking for the first time. It's going to be Samar cooking along with our two guests, Emily and Sato. Emily and Sato are going to show us how to cook an Armenian dish called Ghapama. I'm pretty sure I did not pronounce it correctly, but I don't speak Armenian, so I should be forgiven. Before further ado, I will just tell you that this session today we're gonna try to raise some fund for a charity that Sato and Emily will tell us about. So please welcome both Sato and Emily. Sato, over to you.
Thank you very much, Sharbel. So welcome everyone to our program for cooking today. As Sharbel mentioned, we are going to cook an Armenian dish, vegetarian, though you can also prepare with meat, called Ghapama. So this program is dedicated to a project which the Brücke, which is an organization, NGO based in Germany, is making the medical aid to Armenia, working since 6 years and doing together work with Armenian hospitals, physicians. And this project is for the people who are going through the rehabilitation process, and the devices are needed for the rehabilitation process is lacking, or some of them is not available in Armenia. So we are doing this fundraising to refund and buy the devices in Germany and send it over to Armenia for these people to have their rehabilitation successfully and go back to life. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sato. Emily, do you want to tell us a little bit more about the dish we're gonna cook today?
Hi everyone, good to be here, and thank you for putting an Armenian dish in today for us to try it with you. So this is traditionally a Armenian dish that is stuffed pumpkin with fruits and nuts and spices, and because it's got fruits and nuts and spices, it's a very celebratory dish. So we do it before Christmas. However, today's Valentine's Day, and also it's mid-Lent, so we thought it'd be a good occasion to celebrate and do this with you. So thank you, looking forward to it.
Thank you so much. And the final word is going to be to Samar before we kick off our cooking. Samar, do you have any additional thoughts?
Well, I've got my pumpkins ready. I am really quite terrified of carving these, but I'm going to follow Sato and Emily's direction. Hopefully, I will carve out and smash these pumpkins for the first time. So yeah, I'm really pleased to be joining this. I've made like a bit of an Armenian dinner night tonight with the rice that we'll cook. I've got some Armenian chicken in the oven with some carrots roasting. So this is like the final side dish for me to bring it all together. So yeah, I think we're going to be following Sato, who is joining us from her kitchen in Munich. And we are going to be following Emily, who is also in London. Now, what you guys don't know is actually Sato and Emily are sisters. So originally from Armenia, and they are sisters, and they're going to basically show us how we're going to make this dish. I'm really praying that it's going to go well.
I mean, you know, like always we have like these things with traditionally cooked food where I say, oh, my mom did it this way, and another person say, no, my mom did it this way, or my grandma did it this way. At least now Sato and Emily have the same mom and the same grandma, so they won't be fighting over this, I hope. But we have a lot of other Armenian friends who are watching this today, and I'm pretty sure they will chip in and tell us about how their grandma or their mom does it as well. So anyway, without further ado, Sato, can you take it from here, please?
Thank you, Charbel. Yeah, you made an interesting point because I was looking at the internet, and in the different regions in Armenia, they are doing differently. And it was mentioned that this region is doing this way with these ingredients inside. And some of them even I saw they put meat inside the pumpkins. So do whatever you like. You can also see the other variants in the internet and prepare it as you wish.
Thank you. Before we carry on, either Sato or Emily, I think one of you has got the video playing in the background, loud voice, so it's coming back so we can hear ourselves. I don't know if this whoever has a loud voice in the background, please mute it. Okay. Sato, is over to you.
Thank you. So we are going to start with, we first have to measure 1.5 cup of, so if you have a cup like this, just measure 1.5 cup of, where is it? 1.5 cup of rice. And you can, as you wish, you can first wash it, and you pour a bit of more water on it. So such that, so twice that much. So you can put 3 cups of water and just boil it over the oven. It shouldn't be very high heat, so just put it on the low heat and just let it boil.
Emily was telling us that this is a dish that people traditionally have in winter because it's warm and nice.
Sorry.
You said that this is a like traditional winter dish, Emily.
Yes, it is a winter dish, but you take it out very warm. Meanwhile, when the rice is boiling, you can cut your pumpkin. When you cut the head of the pumpkin, just this, I mean,
Like
the part which...
Guys, can you tell me what the best knife is to use? I've never carved a pumpkin before.
Oh my goodness.
It is very difficult. It is hard, isn't it?
So,
Yeah.
so which type?
Knife.
This one?
I would
The
say
other one, I mean the smaller.
the right hand. Yeah.
What about
Maybe it's a small jagged knife. Not that.
this one?
No.
Try it.
Are there bones in your pumpkins? Yeah, this looks like a good knife, I think.
So, okay, great. So I'm really confused that we're doing this, right? This should be Halloween, but we're celebrating Valentine's Day, and it was quite hard for me to find a pumpkin-like situation. Oh my God, I'm Sato. I'm trying to see what you're doing. Oh wow! Oh my!
I'm doing a bit fancy way, but you can just cut it.
It is.
Samar looks very, very confused and scared. I think with all the knives in hand.
It's quite tough to cut the head off.
It's very hard to cut the head off. Yes, I would say people would agree on that. Oh God, I'm gonna stab myself. Oh God.
Just don't cut yourself, please.
Oh
No.
shit! Oh sorry. Oh my god! I just swore. Oh, I just said. Oh my god. Oh.
What's
Okay.
going on?
So we still have some sound in the background. I don't know whose sound is still like loud in the background.
I don't know. It's quite interesting. I can hear it as well. So this is it. I've cut the head off.
Sarah is saying always use the big knife.
Oh
So
gosh.
when
Wow, Sato, you
When
did a really great job. Look at that.
You've done it.
So
You've done
nice.
it really nice. It's quite nice and jagged as
you
well.
can do it in different forms or do it a bit fancier. And then after doing this, you can just take out everything, the stuff inside the pumpkin.
So we're carving the inside of the pumpkin.
Yeah, because the rest we don't.
Empty the belly.
Exactly. Thank you.
Oh no, the head's coming out. 1 second. 1 second. Oh, there it is. Oh. Oh. Gosh. Oh.
Can you turn it, Summer? Show us what you did. Turn it. Show us.
Here we are. Here we are. Here we are.
Turn it the other way around.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Nice. Wow. Good.
Wow,
Good.
cool.
How's it
Nice
carving?
color.
So now I should take the nuts out, yeah?
Well, she's using a spoon. I don't know why you're not using a spoon.
Oh, because I like to use my hands.
All right. Okay. Do you have soup with your hands as well?
I mean, yeah, chunky soup. I like chunky soup, so that's why I only eat chunky soup so I can have it with my hands. And then
Nice.
you just sip the rest.
I am seeing what Sato is doing. It's a great job. Summer as well. Not bad.
This is my first. I've never even carved a pumpkin for like Halloween, let alone Valentine's Day.
I think we have the ladies here on Facebook talking to each other, so they are chatting. So Eileen is asking whether Maya is cooking along, and Fadia is asking. so we have got like the chats on the side. Thank you guys for following us. So Maya is gonna be our guest cook next week.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, brilliant. Right, so empty the tummy. Looking pretty good.
Here I am.
Wow, nice.
A really clear hole there.
Well done.
So we've got a question from Maya saying she doesn't like raisin and dried fruit. Is there any substitute for that?
For raisin and?
Dried fruit.
Dried fruit.
You can do it raisin and dried fruit. Yeah, you can just do it with rice and nuts, really.
Oh, you do it with rice and nuts, so it would be less sweet, I guess, right?
Exactly. So additionally, you've got dried fruit, and also you can add. We're adding a little bit of honey or maple syrup. You can even leave that out if you want it to be a more savoury dish, so it'll be less sweet. Chopped nuts and rice. You can be very creative. You can do rice and lentils and chopped nuts. You can just do variety of lentils, I guess, with spices. So yeah.
So at least I got some flirting with me on Valentine's Day. So thank you, Aline. She said she doesn't like pumpkin neither. She's only here to see me. That's my Valentine's done. Thank you, Aline.
So don't forget your rice, which is which is boiling. It should be totally boiled, but it should be soft a bit, but like the al dente pasta. So it shouldn't completely boil. So if you are
like al dente,
tasting, yes. So
okay.
if
is it like about 10 minutes or less than 10 minutes normally?
No, I think it depends on how the heat is high, but not usually. If it is not very warm, it should be ready in 10 minutes.
Okay, cool.
So my rice is still on the heat. My pumpkin is carved.
Nice.
Wait for the next bit. Let's do this.
Did
Guys,
Very good.
so
you taste your rice?
Oh, it's not even like halfway yet. I put it on a medium to low heat.
okay.
Okay. Cool. What's the next step then,
Very-
Sato?
So if the rice is ready, you can take it out and just wash it with the cold water and put it aside. And after that, you can prepare your dried fruit. I put some cranberries, cherry, raisins, but you can use anything. I've even read that they are using for the lady which doesn't like dried fruit. You can also use fresh fruits. I've seen people are making it with a fresh apple, for instance.
With apples. Cool.
I was going to say, when do we put the oven on, or do you do it right at the end?
It depends how quickly your oven will get to the point, but it will be heated on 165 degree.
I see.
So
Okay.
you can already, that was good point. You can already oven on 165.
So I have selected for my dried fruits apricots, prunes, dried plums, essentially, and cranberries. That's just because of what I had in the house, really. No preference. We are a family of, there's dried fruit in the house all the time, and I don't even know why. But I do actually really like it in rice dishes. I like the tangy, salty, sweet kind of combination. So I think I'm going to really like this dish. But yes, I've got apricots, dried plums, and dried cranberries, and I've kind of chopped them up. Sort of, I don't know, guys, tell me if you have a look at my chopped dried fruit. Can you tell me if I need to go a little bit smaller? Do I need to go smaller than that?
That looks great.
Great. So that's my dried fruit. And whilst you guys are talking, I wanted to find out about because you guys live. One is in Munich and one is in London. So in the pandemic, when was the last time that you guys saw each other?
We saw each other New Year's a year ago, 2020. So just over a year ago.
1 year ago.
Oh my god! And do you guys have nicknames for each other?
Actually, that's something interesting because I always thought Emily's name was Emily until we started preparing for this.
Also, I want to ask, out of the two of you, who is Elsa and who is Anna from Frozen? Big question.
I didn't get the question. Sorry. Who is
Someone
Elsa?
needs to be
Disney?
watching whatever you're watching because I don't know what you're talking about.
Disney Frozen. The movie Disney Frozen. The sisters, Anna and Elsa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's Elsa?
You've seen the movie, right?
Not unfortunately, but
I'm trying to remember which one's which.
Well, Elsa is the queen with the ice hands, and Anna is the hero with the.
Oh dear, I don't know. How do you answer? I can't answer that. She'll fall out with me.
I mean,
unfortunately, I haven't seen the cartoon, so.
Okay, fine. Another question: Are you guys very similar or very different?
Are we similar or very different? Oh, I don't know. I have to ask Chris that, or Devine. I think in many ways similar, in many ways different. It's a very political answer, isn't it? and some of the approaches are different, but in many ways, I think we are similar.
The part which is gained at home is very similar, but the part you have learned afterward, apparently I'm in Germany, Emily is in England, and the characters are also developing differently in any country.
True, yeah. Yeah. I think that's a fair enough answer.
So, has there ever been a time, because you're both married, right?
Yeah.
Has there ever been a time where you've been single at the same time and had to celebrate Valentine's Day together?
Oh goodness. Trying to remember when we were very young.
How's your dry food coming along, Samar?
I'm done. I'm already there.
Oh wow, very efficient.
Right. I'm nearly there.
Efficient.
How's your rice
So if
doing,
Sorry.
Probably about 2 more minutes.
Fantastic. Okay.
2 more minutes of the rice.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I think, have I got too much rice here? Oh, I think that's good.
By the way, Shelby, I'm also getting Valentine's Day love from the audience, just so you know.
Oh, I'll be surprised if not. Did they see your knives?
This is a sight for Valentine's Day. Love me, please.
You're mixing up Halloween and Valentine's. It's like, I know there are a lot of pumpkins around. There's a lot of pumpkins around, but that's not Halloween.
It is very confusing.
So Sato and Emily, you both grew up in Tehran, am I right?
Yes, we did. Yeah.
So you also you can also host for a Persian food, right?
We can do actually. Persian cuisine is stunning, very very beautiful.
Nice.
I thought about Persian. It's a little bit more complicated, but we can do it. Definitely, I think it's worth it. It's a really nice, and it's a neighbouring countries, all of them. So it'll be good to try something.
So can you tell us what you're doing, Sato? Is this I can see walnuts, and what's the other one?
Sure. So you have to have a cup of dry fruit, I mean cherries, cranberries, whatever you use, and raisins all together. Just half cup, and you can put it aside, and you will take your nuts. So whatever nuts you're using. Here I have almond, walnut, peanuts, whatever you would prefer or you are not allergic to, and you can
your voice is cracked.
Either you chop it or you just crack it. I mean, you just do it in pieces. I'm using walnut and almond, but as I said, you can use really anything.
I crushed my walnuts with this rolling pin already.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah. And it's much quicker.
Yeah.
It's great. It's great. Really was quite therapeutic, actually. Really stress relieving.
Well, I'm glad you're doing that before your guests arrive. Or guests, not guests. You said household. Sorry, we can't.
That's how I prepare for all the stress. Have you ever had Lebanese guests over?
I'm using pine nuts as well. I had some pine nuts at home, and I thought that'd be quite nice.
Oh, I love pine nuts.
Yeah, so do I.
I've decided I'm going to carve out my second pumpkin, and my rice is in that kind of like half-cooked sort of situation. So I've decided, I'm going to just do the second one because mine are quite my squashes are quite small. So I feel like to feed the men in my life, I might need to go with the double amount.
What size dishes. What is that? The side dish, Samar? What are you doing for your mains? You said chicken.
So, oh, hold on, head's coming through. Oh, there it is. Okay. So, what am I doing? Yes, Armenian chicken kebabs and roasted carrots.
Nice.
And then yeah, that's going to be the full meal. Might also put a bit of I don't know, maybe a side salad and some yogurt.
Perfect.
So Samar, I don't know if anyone
this
read
is
the
looking
comment for you, but Aline says, "Don't butcher anybody. We love you too.
Don't picture.
Don't butcher anybody with your knives."
Oh yes. Yeah. So I've got a lot of knives and lots of different sizes.
Right.
You know, just can never be too, you know, without knives.
How are we doing, guys?
Well, so rice seems to be half cooked, nuts are crushed, dried fruits are chopped, pumpkins are empty, nice clear holes, ready to be filled.
Perfect.
So you can mix your rice with chopped everything, whatever you got chopped with your knife, and also put some, not some exactly 4 tablespoons in here, but you can do a bit more butter. It is better to melt it firstly and mix it together with the rice and dried fruit and and the cut nuts, and also put 1 spoon of cinnamon, so tablespoon. If you like, you can put it more or less, it depends to you. And also 1.5 spoon of honey, which I prepared last week. I put, honestly, I like it more sweet, so I put like 3 tablespoons of honey, so double the size which is written in the recipe. Again, it depends whether you like it sweet or not.
Are you preparing the dessert or this is the main?
Oh, sorry, Sharba, you're asking me.
Well, because she said she puts 3 spoons of honey on top of cinnamon and all the sweet dried food, so it's pretty sweet.
Yeah, but if you somehow the pumpkin will absorb all the butter and this honey, and at the end you put some hot water on it, so the rice is being cooked. So at the end, if you cut it, it is not too sweet. But again, if you don't like it sweet at all, you can even put rice, put salt on it. It is also possible.
Oh, nice.
And also, you can do. Oh, sorry.
No, go on him.
No, I was thinking like I like more cinnamony, so I've put lots more cinnamon, and also for our Middle Eastern Lebanese friends, you can put many more spices. You can do nutmeg. I have some ras al hanout, and I put like a full teaspoon of that. As Sato said, you can do honey. You can replace it with maple syrup. Yeah, ras al hanout is really good because it's got the spices and a bit of heat as well, so that'll be quite nice. Maple syrup is nice.
That's really cool. So somebody said they bought. So we have a question here. It's a fun one. They bought a melon rather than a pumpkin. Can that still work? I think that's easier to gut. I mean, you will just have to put a little less honey, and then the rest will be the same.
And you don't have
to mix. Looks amazing.
Can you catch me up? So I've got my rice. Yeah, that's like half cooked. And so I'm gonna add everything in: the cinnamon, the nut, the honey. Right?
Sato,
Yeah.
is that correct? So as I said, she's mixing all the nuts.
That is
and,
perfect.
Okay.
That
And I'm
is
making
perfect.
2
Looks
batches.
great.
Fantastic. Yeah, that looks really good.
And so is it a teaspoon of honey?
That looks perfect. Nice.
Well, that's
It says
Look at that.
more sweet, so she puts about 3.
Okay, and then cinnamon.
Cinnamon, ground cinnamon.
Yeah.
ground cinnamon. Again, 1 tablespoon. If you don't like it that much, you can make.
So 1 tablespoon. If you don't like it that much, put 2.
Okay. Right.
And then walnuts. Is this just walnuts or is it a mix of everything?
That was just
No,
walnuts.
mix them. You walnuts.
Wow,
Yeah,
this looks amazing.
Pine nuts. Pine.
Sorry, Emily, I didn't hear what you said. Can you repeat?
Sorry, yeah. So walnuts, pine nuts, pecans, almonds. I put some hazelnuts, chopped hazelnuts.
Okay, I see.
What does that look good to you guys?
It looks good to me.
Wow.
Yeah, amazing, beautiful.
Very nice.
So are we gonna be adding butter, you said, on top of this?
Yes. 4 tablespoon melted butter if you have, or you can just a bit more or less, whatever you like. But
So is this like what? How many grams of butter is that?
Oh, I'm not sure.
About 2 tablespoons.
Yeah.
Probably.
2 table what?
2 tablespoons.
Of butter?
So for that mixture. Yeah, so mix 1 tablespoon in and see how it is, and then add another one if it's a bit too dry. You just want to, not too oily, but you just want to have it a little bit of a wet texture.
I do like my butter, so I'm going in.
She's going in with the whole thing?
I do like my butter.
Okay.
I've put in 2 tablespoons. Now remember, I'm halving my batch of rice, so this is my first half, and I feel like I might have put a bit too much cinnamon. It's very brown in color. I feel like I have made it a bit too much dried fruit, I'm gonna say. I mean, it still looks really cool, but I'm gonna sort of make my second one with more rice, less sweet, just to see which one, like, in terms, I've never had this dish before. I don't really have a preference of how I would eat it. So I'm going to have this as my first batch.
Yeah, I see.
Now, is that now going to go in the middle of my pumpkin?
Yeah, so you've
got...
yeah. Sorry, yeah.
Sorry.
So am I going to stuff it in then? Should I just stuff it in now?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
After that, we'll stuff the pumpkin with all the ingredients.
So push it right in as you put it, sort of in the pumpkin.
Okay.
Push it down. You can use the head as well, the lid, to really push it down when you.
Use the head to push it down. Okay, got it. Yeah. Oh wow!
I don't know if you're seeing how Sato is doing it. Look at how Sato is doing it, Samar.
Oh yeah.
She's squeezing with the spoon.
I am squeezing with my hands again.
Yeah, yeah. So Emily and Sato, when was the last time the 2 sisters had a big fight together?
Oh my goodness. Do you want a list?
No, the list.
Oh, I'm joking.
I'll send you the spreadsheet with the dates. You can.
Oh, you have them. Oh my goodness, what a vengeful sister is that? Everything is listed down with dates. But when was the last one?
I don't know.
What do you mean with big fight? A big fight? How big should it be?
Pulling hair and throwing pillows, you mean?
I don't know. Like, you tell me what's the scale.
The gale goes from...
Has there been any ambulance involved?
Not ambulance, no, it goes from
Fire
chat
brigade?
fights.
Fire
Chat
brigade?
fights are really good.
Police?
Have you ever had a chat? Have you had a chat fight with anyone?
Chat fight?
Chat
Cat
fight.
fight.
Like
Not
with...
cat, no, chat fight. What's that fight? What's that fight?
That's not a fight.
So if you fold it like this,
Nice.
So this is my second one, guys. Can you see I've made it with a bit more rice, not going in with the cinnamon
Okay.
and as much.
How many of them are you doing? You're doing like a range to try which one you prefer?
Yeah, so one sweet, one not so much sweet.
Okay.
One more nutty. And then what about the ratio of nuts and fruit, Sam? Have they got similar, or is it one more rice and less fruit?
Well, actually, the first one was very fruity and sweet, and the second one I'm making less sweet and more nutty. So I feel like between the two, we might have a, which one do you like? You know, which do you prefer?
You can always mix
I
and match,
have,
right? Like in the same, you can mix the outcome in one plate and then decide how much of which you want, and then that gives you an idea where your sweet spot is, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
So I'm pushing the stuffing into the hole of the second pumpkin, and I've forgotten which head goes on which pumpkin, so I'm gonna have to figure that out in a second. Almost there. My oven has been preheated to 165. Oh gosh, actually, you know what? I underestimated how much you can stuff these pumpkins.
Yeah, it's.
Are you running out of rice?
No, I'm not running out of rice. I'm just I've got plenty of rice actually. I feel like I've got loads of rice, nuts and chopped fruits left over. Oh, do you know what? I forgot the butter on the other one. So I'm gonna put the butter in, like I've stuffed it, right? I'm putting in the butter now.
Yeah, you can just put it on top.
Nice.
That's fine.
It will just seep through anyway.
Yeah. I love the butter. Do you keep your butter always melted like this, or you just prepared it for this dish?
I put it in the microwave.
Okay, I see.
store my butter in the fridge. Sometimes I have it outside.
John.
Ready. Very awkward conversation this is. Ooh.
I'm so curious to see what the outcome gonna look like.
So, Sato, what's it like living in Munich? And when were you in London first or Armenia first?
Sorry, Sama, can you repeat? Sorry, I had to run for my charger, and otherwise it was cut in there.
Sorry, repeat here. How you live in different countries? So where did you grow up, and how comes you're in Munich and Emily's in London?
Well, Emily is born in England. I guess you know. And that I think that was the main reason she went back to England as a student. And in Iran, I've started to learn German because I was interested to learn another language. And yeah, it was also possible for me to continue my education in Germany. So I came to Germany and a student. So when I finish my work, my studies, I just loved to live here, and I remained here. I stayed here and started to work. Pretty
And how are you guys celebrating Valentine's Day?
Sorry, what?
How are you celebrating Valentine's Day today?
Yes, yeah, but not special celebration. I mean, I think my our pumpkin food is going to be a special dish which will come together and celebrate and eat it.
So I have now stuffed my pumpkins. Can you see that?
Yes.
Now I'm going to cover the head. I'm going to cover the holes with the heads and push it down like this.
No, don't close them. We have still things to do.
We have things to do still.
In.
Don't close it. We have still stuff to do.
The last step is the water. 1/4 of cup or half cup of water. Just pour on top of it.
Okay, so we're putting like a quarter of water, a quarter of a cup of water inside of the pumpkins. So this will help the rice to keep on cooking and keep it juicy.
Because the rice is half cooked and not completely. So if you want to cook it completely, that's why you put the water and then close the lid.
Wow,
and it's done. You have to put it in the oven.
So how long we put it in the oven for?
Last time I've cooked for 1 hour, 45 minutes. But again, it depends to your oven how hot it is. In the recipe, it says 1.5 hours or 2 hours. So should be something in between.
So what I've done is I am making a hole. You might want to, I'm pushing my finger right through to make it a hole so the water can go in there.
Okay,
so
that's interesting.
My hole in.
That's very interesting trick. So Emily, is Chris ready for his 1.5 hours of guitar playing until the pumpkins are cooked?
Yeah, I'm going to surprise him. I'm going to surprise him with that now.
So for all the people who are watching us, I know Emily for like maybe 15 years now, and we've been colleagues. We worked together 15 years ago, and she is still one very, very good friend since then. And Emily's partner is an amazing, like outstanding guitar player. And is it Vida, the name of the group, right? The quartet. And I always used to go watch them live until COVID came, and then. But yeah, I really highly recommend, and he's a super fun guy as well. I think it's worth reminding people who are watching us that Emily and Sato are trying to raise funds for making of medical equipment for rehabilitation of clinics in Armenia. Thank you, Roni. So please do donate and be generous. It's a very worthwhile cause.
Thank you, guys. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. It was fun. Thank you, Roni, for mixing.
So
okay, so
go on.
No, you go ahead.
No, I was just saying that I think like I have done everything right. So I've got the pumpkin stuff. I've done the water. Do I not need to cover it then? Just goes in the oven without the head.
If you pour some water on top, then you can also cover the lid. Put the lid back and in the.
So she said, just don't cover it until you put the water. Now that you put the water, you cover it.
Gently or tightly?
Yeah.
Gently or tightly, Sato? Emily?
One gently, one tightly.
Oh, I
Tightly,
like
right?
that.
Given
Okay.
that you're doing a lot of options, right?
Hang on, guys. I didn't get. Where does the water go? Does the water go inside the pumpkin?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. To cook the rest of the
A quarter of a
rice.
cup.
You have half cooked.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I don't think I've left any room for any water, but I'll try.
Yeah, so I did the same, Emily. So what I did, I pushed my finger through the hole.
Oh, that's what you were saying. I didn't understand the finger bit. Okay, I do now.
Samar,
Where you put your
if someone
finger?
just dialed in and heard what you said, they wouldn't guess that you were cooking.
I mean, just to clarify, I pushed my finger through the rice to make the hole. Well, that then you could put the liquid in that would then disperse out into the rest of the mixture. I think we need a break now, Ronnie. Break.
Fingers up. Hands up.
I think Eileen agrees with you. Her comment is
Oh, goodness me, guys.
I'm going to put my knives away now. I don't think I need all these knives anymore, do I? Put them away. That's a bit dangerous.
Oh my God, like with all those knives, I have no idea how I still make all those jokes.
You haven't even met one another, right? You know what?
We have never. The first time we meet is going to be a very dangerous meetup.
How do you guys know one another, Charbel? How do you know someone? And Ronnie?
So I know Ronnie, and Ronnie knows Samar, and that's how we started out. So we met when we hosted Samar as our first cook, and then she loved it so much that she wanted to cook every week.
Oh, nice.
So actually, I know Ronnie from when we were born. So his parents actually hitched my parents. They put my parents together 40 years ago. I'm not 40, but his parents matchmade my parents. So speaking of love and all the love that's going on today, yeah, that's how me and Ronnie know each other. So my mum and his mum used to live in the same town in Lebanon. So we've known each other for our whole life. Ronnie's older than me, so he knew me first. He remembers me first. I think at some point I beat him up though when I was a baby.
Okay.
Should I put my pumpkins in the oven?
I think everyone put them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Looks good.
Okay,
I like
that's
how
it.
we see like the butter, the honey, and the cinnamon. All you need for a great kitchen.
I'm going to figure out what I'm going to do with the rest of these. This honey, this dried fruit, nuts. I think I might just stick those together. That can be porridge.
Emily, how are you?
Fine. Sorry,
Is your pumpkin in the oven?
No, I prepped mine, so somehow I managed to pour some water in. This is how it looks, stuffed to the brim, with the lid on tightly and with a bit of water in. I know, so we're having now, change of menu. We're having some, actually we got it from Borough Market, Charbel. We've got pheasant stuffed with venison sausage, I think. So that will be a nice sweet dish on the side, and I'm going to do some potato roasting. That'd be nice.
Are you gonna be doing a potato roast now?
Potato roasty, yes. Yeah.
Oh, nice. And when were you in Borough Market?
7th
Is
of
it? Is that
December.
even?
Oh,
Oh,
that's the weekend you weren't around, I think. It was the
all right.
last
Okay.
day just before the lockdown. No, maybe later in December, but yeah.
Okay. I see. I see. I thought you went there like recently. No.
Mm. No, they've got this place called Bullet to Plate, which is quite nice. They don't have
Cinnamon. You love cinnamon. I have my cinnamon from back home.
Oh, you bring the big box of cinnamon, don't you?
Yeah.
Mm.
I was having this debate actually yesterday, right? That I remember when my mum used to go to Lebanon every year, she would bring back a suitcase just full of food. The items were like pine nuts, chickpeas, spices, herbs, and mixes of things. And I realised now we don't really do that anymore because the supply here of Lebanese or like Middle Eastern product is so good. But I remember like all the time she would come back with kilos of stuff. But also it is still better. I still find it's better quality, like the stuff that comes directly from Lebanon, especially pine nuts. And it's like, like pine nuts.
So we have like all Lebanese people have so many fun stories of crossing borders and airports with luggage full of foods, and I have quite a few fun stuff.
Tell us the dry yogurt one.
Yes. So for those who don't know, I make my own yogurt. I think we already discussed this like a couple of weeks ago. And yes, I make my own yogurt. But to make the yogurt, I needed to get the strains the first time. And so what the strain is essentially like the bacteria that make the yogurt. And I'm flying from Beirut to Heathrow, and in Heathrow I got stopped to be searched by the custom officer. And then what I had
white powder or something like that.
Yes, so I had starch, and the starch is to make sahlab, for those who know sahlab. And the reason why I got starch with me is because I did not know the name back then. I didn't know how to say starch in English. So in Arabic is so all I had is like, I remember like I was like finished packing, and then I remembered like on my way out of the door, oh mom, do you have some starch? And she's like, yeah. And my mom like buys those things in big buckets, like, so she opened the bucket, got a plastic bag, filled it up with, and like wrapped it and put some some tapes on, and then put it in my bag. And I get to the airport, and then the custom officer is like, where are you coming from, sir? No, I'm from Beirut. And he's like, okay, can you come with me, please? And I go with him with my luggage, and he's like, can you open your luggage? So I open my luggage, and there is this like plastic bag full of white powder, like literally white powder. And he goes like, what is this? And I was like, whoa. I couldn't stop myself laughing. I was like just laughing, and I'm like, I can explain, but I cannot tell you what it is because I don't know. The reason I got it is because I know the name. So it's like, come on, don't explain. So how can I explain that? Like, okay, we take this, we put it with the milk, we put some honey and sugar and stuff, and then we boil it, and it becomes this nice sweet. It's like, oh, so it's like a milkmaid type of thing. I was like, yeah, exactly, that's it, milkmaid, not milk, yeah, coffee mate or milkmaid, whatever. And then I was like, and then he found the yogurt. It's like a small glass like bottle with closed with yogurt inside. That is illegal because you cannot bring this to the UK. It's not allowed. And he's like, what is this? And I'm like, oh my God, now this is, similar to that one, but this is in liquid form. And he's like, okay, he put it back, and they let me through. I mean, the starch is allowed because this is vegetarian. There's nothing in it, but the yogurt was not allowed. But I got that in, and since then I've been making yogurt, and that's like 15 years ago or something. Yeah, that's my story crossing with the yogurt.
Charbel, you should have explained. You should have said actually white powder, you put it on the plate, and then you light it up, and then you put a spoon on top. I just wanted to see his face when you explained it a little bit differently.
You put it and like with a spoon, and then you heat it up, and then That's exactly it. So Aline is saying that she has similar story when taking kishik to Dubai. I think everyone has got the kishik story.
I am with you, Ellen. I have the same thing. My mum also white powder kishik. What is kishik?
We use it. Actually, I can do a Persian one with cash. I'm so glad you said that. No one really understands when I use it. I don't know. It's a dairy product, isn't it? But it's dried.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Do you have the same in what's it called?
In Iran.
Iran, they have the same.
Yeah, we call it cash. Yeah.
All right. Okay, I see. So Samar was making other sexual things with her.
No, I was saying I don't like kishik. I don't like kishik.
Oh, is that the same finger from the previous time?
Oh no, go on. Samar, tell us your cash story.
Guys, right? It's Valentine's Day. I think that I'm allowed to make jokes like that. I am. So yeah. Anyway, it's 5 minutes and we're closing up.
Don't like kishik. It's really tasty. Yes. So Fadia is saying she's gonna come and try my labne. I think the only person in London who could do these things better than me is you, Fadia.
I think there's a love story going on. She wants to try your labne.
I don't know if you've been to. Have you been to Fadia's Instagram for cooking? She has got a lovely Instagram page with all sort of food. Okay, guys. Any last word about your dish? What do people expect? Is it an hour and a half and then they take it out, or how is it? Oh.
Hour and a half. Take it out of the oven, and you can carve it in slices. It's beautiful. When the carving comes out, you get a slice of pumpkin and just dish out some of the insides, the rice and the nuts and fruit. It's really lovely. And you can eat it as it is or as a sandwich.
And like you said, this, if we don't put the butter, it becomes vegan. If we can also put meat with it, right? Sato, do you want to show us if you have any sort of?
Not really. Emily told already. It would be nice. I don't know if the platform, but everyone making it would be fun to see the picture of the outcomes.
I'm pretty sure we will share a lot of the pictures. You too as well. You send us the pictures and we will definitely
sure.
put them.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Thank you so much. It was your sisterly love from London, from Munich. Thank you so much for showing me how to make this dish. And I will definitely share with you guys a picture and some feedback with it all together. I don't think I can wait. That's like, we've got to wait like an hour and 45 minutes for dinner.
Emily, do you want to tell us like last few words about the charity and the donation to remind people to donate, please?
So yeah, guys, if you watch it later on as well, this is a charity that my sister Sato and her it means bridge. She explained are supporting. So please go and donate as much as you can or as little as you can. It's all for a good cause, and it goes directly for rehabilitation of people in Armenia who need the medical care. So it's for a good cause. Please help us to support them. Thank you.
We will put the link on the YouTube and Facebook description as well, so that people can. They don't have to remember it. But yes, thanks a lot, everyone. And please come join us next week for another amazing dish. Next week is going to be with Maya. Thanks a lot. Bye.
Bye.